Studying our passage number 5 of 1.5 Mrs. Addis, written by Sheila K. Smith. Okay, in the passage number 5 we come across towards the keepers. They bring along with them the dead body of Tom. Okay, now who is no more, means he is already dead in the means exchange of bullet. Okay, and this Peter Crouch, he has taken the shelter, refuge in the shed of Mrs. Addis' house. In the beginning, what happened? Peter Crouch, he does not know he has killed his own friend Tom. But what happened when the Whittler, he came inside, he started giving the narration to the Mrs. Addis. At that time, he comes to know that the man to whom he has fired, that was not any means stranger, but it is his own friend Tom, who has been killed by his bullet. Okay, at that time his heart was throbbing and sweat was coming from his body, and Peter Crouch was very much disappointed and despair. Now what to do? Okay, he killed his friend, and he took the shelter, and this Mrs. Addis, she was giving a protection. Okay, and whenever these keepers were coming at that time, she says that I don't know, I am unaware about Peter Crouch, I have not seen him here. Okay, in this way she gave excuse. But what happened till end also, this Mrs. Addis, she does not reveal that Peter Crouch is in her house. Okay, in the end she forgive, she pardoned Peter Crouch in the end. But what happened? In the end, that dead body was kept in the bedroom of Mrs. Addis, and this Mrs. Addis, she opened the door of the shed so that the Peter Crouch now he should go out of her house. Okay, and in this way she says that in the end she does not want to see his face again. Okay, in this way she has opened the door of her house so that he could go away from her house. And in this way means different people are having different type of behavior to show their anger. Okay, and some people, whenever any incident takes place in their house, so they were weeping. Some people were beating their chest. Okay, so different types of anger, or what we can say, this morning you can see. Okay, but Mrs. Addis, she handled this situation very boldly, but she forgive Peter Crouch. But what happened? She does not want to see his face again. Okay, so now what happened here in the passage number 5? Peter Crouch, he listened, straining his ear, and down the voices in the next room. He was hearing whoever coming in the house, what is going on. So from the hole of the kitchen door, he was hearing and looking from that hole. The keeper came and gave the bad news of Tom's death. Okay, the keepers, he came and he says that the Tom is no more. Mrs. Addis, this is a very bad news. Then what happened? This Mrs. Addis, she became very much sad, very much disgusted, and in this way, at this time, at this peak hour, what happened? Some consolation must be given. So these keepers, they went to Mrs. Gain. Who is Mrs. Gain? This Mrs. Gain is the neighbor. That keepers, they went there and they told about Tom's death, and they narrated the incident, and Mrs. Gain went to Mrs. Addis' house so that to give her a consolation as a moral support. Okay, that is very important. Then what happened? The keepers narrated what exactly happened in the Cinderwood forest. Okay, the keepers narrated the incident. The keeper handed over the dead body of Tom to Mrs. Addis. So all the thing became very clear, and how they comes to know that they don't have any kind of proof, but when the exchange of bullet has taken place, when this accident happened, at that time Peter Crouch, he was running. These 4 keepers, they were chasing, and he has thrown his gun in the farm. So they were confident that that man, they does not see the face of Peter Crouch in the exchange of a bullet, but they were confident that that man is this Peter Crouch is a man. He is very often he was coming in the Cinderwood forest to hunt the animals. Okay, they knew Whittler. He knew very well about Peter Crouch, and that gun belongs to Peter Crouch only. Okay, they were confident the culprit is a Peter Crouch. But what happened? When they came to the house and they started narrating, and this Mrs. Addis also knew very well he is a illegal poacher who this Peter Crouch. Okay, so in this way the suspicion was totally on Peter Crouch. Okay, and in the end she comes to know the main culprit is Peter Crouch. So this is the main idea of the passage number 5. Now we shall be discussing the in detail. Let's have a glance over the text. The man in the kitchen seems to have some difficulty in saying that what he had wanted to Mrs. Addis. He stood before her silently, twisting his cap. Well, that is it, she asked. I want to speak to you, ma'am. Peter Crouch listened, straining his ear, for his thudding heart nearly drowned the voices in the next room. Oh no, he was sure she would not give him away. If for Tom's sake, she was a good sort, Mrs. Addis. Then what happened? The man, means the keeper, he was wearing the cap. He came inside the house and he started saying that Tom, he is no more, he is dead. And what happened? He gave the news, bad news first to the lady, Mrs. Addis. Well, she said sharply as the man remained tongue-tied. I have brought you a bad news, ma'am. Her expression changed. What it isn't Tom? Is it? He is outside, said the keeper. So what happened? He says that, ma'am, I have brought a very bad news. Okay for you. Then she says that bad news is about Tom. Now he is working in the agriculture farm. He is outside the house. So what is the news? So his tongue was tied. He was silent. He kept the mum. What do you mean? Said Mrs. Addis, and she moved the door. Don't, ma'am, not till I have told you. Told me what? Oh, he quick, man, for mercy's sake. And she tried to push past him to the door. There is been a row. So what happened? Now he started narrating the incident. What incident has happened? There has been a row. Row means quarrel. He sat down by Cinderwood. There was a chap there snaring rabbit, and Tom was walking with the boarmans, and me and old Crouch, we heard a noise, and there it was too dark to see who it was, and directly he saw us, he made off, but we would scared him and let fly with his gun. So what happened? At the time of evening there was a darkness, and the sun has already set. And in the Cinderwood forest, that Tom, he was walking with the boarman in the farm, and there was a old Crouch. They were patrolling in the forest, and he was there only for Tom. So at that time, what happened? This chap means that boy, Peter Crouch, he was snaring the rabbit, and he started firing at the rabbit. Then we saw in the darkness. Then what happened? They also started chasing that man. So okay, first what they did, they also fired the bullet so that the man could run away. Okay, he should not hunt animals. Then what happened? The exchange of the fire took place, and in this way, this Tom, he met with a tragic end. The keeper had forgotten his guard, and before he could prevent her, she had flung open the door. The man outside had evidently been waiting for the signal, and they came in carrying something, which they put down in the middle of the kitchen floor. Is he dead? Asked Mrs. Addis without tears. The man nodded. They could not find a dry voice like hers. So what happened? After giving the narration of the incident in the forest, they brought along with them on the stretcher the dead body of Tom, and they kept in the bedroom of Mrs. Addis, and in this way Mrs. Addis, she handled this situation, and not a single tears began to flow from her eyes. This is the condition, and this sorrow she has already drank. Okay, and so she handled the situation. She does not reveal about Peter Crouch. He has hidden in the shed. Okay, so this is the main idea of the passage number 5. Now we shall begin passage number 6. In passage number 6, what happened? Peter Crouch had ceased to sweat and tremble. When Mrs. Addis comes to know it is the main culprit is Peter Crouch, he has killed her son Tom. So at that time sweat began to come from his body, and he started trembling, shaking, okay, due to tension. See, his strength had come with despair. He got some energy, but with despair. Okay, his mood was not okay because he has committed a crime. Okay, his strength had come with despair. Mrs. Gain, the keeper went to the house of Mrs. Gain, and they told Mrs. Gain, this incident has taken place, and now he has been killed. So you please go and give some moral support, give some consolation to Mrs. Addis. Okay, they came there to give her a moral support. Mrs. Game, he's a neighbor. Okay, they went there to give moral support to Mrs. Addis. The keeper admitted that they didn't see his face, but we have got his gun. The keeper, they accepted the fact that in this row, when the exchange of bullet has taken place, he started firing. So they also started firing. But what happened? This man, Peter Crouch, he threw away his gun. Okay, and these four keepers, they were chasing the Peter Crouch. The keeper swear that gun belongs to Peter Crouch. The keepers, they were 100% confident that gun belongs to Peter Crouch only, and he took an oath. He swear himself that I have swear that this gun belongs to Peter Crouch only. So in this way, what happened? This lady, Mrs. Addis, she became disappointed. But what happened? She has handled the situation in such a difficult situation. It is not at all possible. Okay, if for example, if you see, if you are suppose you are a police officer, if your own son has committed any crime, so your father, it is your responsibility to surrender him to the law. Okay, you have to arrest him first and present into the court of law, so that the justice should be there. Justice should be must prevail there. It must be dominant. You cannot hide your own son. If he has done any wrong thing, you cannot hide it. As a duty officer, it is your responsibility to surrender him in front of the court of law. Okay, so what happened? Here Mrs. Addis, what she did, she does not reveal that Peter Crouch is taken the refuge into the shed. Okay, so this is the condition, and due to this situation, what happened, we see nowadays what happened. Most of the people, if a person commits any crime, so if they are having source, then all minister and all police, what they are doing, they are hiding. Okay, and justice is not given to these poor people. Okay, very often the news comes, okay, rape and murder, gang rape has taken place, UP, Bihar. What is happening? The Dalit girls recently in Hathras, what happened? She was killed, she was raped, and they were not handed over to their family members, and they themselves have these funeral rights. The police gave funeral rights to that girl. Okay, so these things are very much common in those state, UP and Bihar. So justice should be given. Delay in justice is a denial in justice. Okay, now next, now we shall be reading the text. In the shed, Peter Crouch had ceased to sweat and tremble. His strength had come with despair, for he knew he must now despair. Beside, despair means disappointed, very much sad. Besides, he no longer wanted to escape from this thing that he had done. Tom, I was thinking it was one of the keepers. Oh, Tom, and it was you that got it from me. I don't want to live. And yet life was sweet, for there was a woman at Ticehurst, a woman as faithful as to him as Tom, who would go with him to the world's end even now. But he must not think of her. He had no right. He must pay with his life for what he had done. Mrs. Addis was, so now whatever he has done, what you sow, that you will reap. So what Peter Crouch has done, he has committed a crime. Now he should face the situation. He has already killed that Tom. Now he must be ready to face the situation. He must be ready to face the trial. Okay, so but what happened? She does not reveal. Okay, if she would have revealed, then he must be arrested. But this lady, she has forgive Peter Crouch. And it was, and yet life was sweet. And Mrs. Addis was sitting in the old basket armchair by the fire. One of the men had helped her into it. We will go round to Iron Ledge Cottage and ask Mrs. Gain to come down to you. So that man, keeper, he went there and they asked Mrs. Gain to go and give the moral support to your neighbor because her son Tom is no more. He has already died. This is a terrible thing to have come to you. And as for the man who did it, we are middling good. Guess who he is, and he shall hang. No, we didn't see his face, but we got his gun. That keeper, they wanted that the culprit should be hanged because he has committed such a heinous crime. Okay, such a heinous crime he has committed. So they were in the favor to hang that man, but in the darkness they could not see. With the gun, they are giving the assumption that gun belongs to Peter Crouch only because he was a frequent visitor of that forest in the Cinderwood. He was hunting the animal. We didn't see his face, and we have got his gun. He threw it into a bush, into the bush when he bolted, and I swear that gun belongs to Peter Crouch, who is been up to no good since the day he was sacked for stealing corn. So his record was not good, Peter Crouch. Okay. He was stealing the corn in the farm. So earlier he was stealing the corn and he was nabbed by the farmers for stealing the corn. So his record is not good. Next. But he couldn't have known it was Tom when he did it. He and Tom always been better friends than he deserved. So he is not paying that price. Mr. Tom and both were good friends, but he was not fulfilling the criteria of such a faithful friendship. Who this Peter Crouch. Now passage number 7. Now we shall be continuing passage number 7. Here I have written from here Peter Crouch up to the last. Silently went out. Peter Crouch was standing upright now, looking through the cracks of the door. He saw Mrs. Addis struggle to her feet and stand by the table, looking down on the dead man's face. He saw her put her hand into her apron pocket where she had thrust the key of the shed. The bold men have gone after Crouch, said Widler, nervously breaking the silence. They would thought he would broken through the wood Iron Ledge way. There is no chance of his having been by there. You haven't seen him tonight, ma'am? There was a pause. That Widler, he asked, you haven't seen that man tonight? Okay, in this vicinity. Then she was silent. Mrs. Addis, she was silent. She was looking the dead body of her son that was kept in the bedroom. And this Peter Crouch, he was hearing what conversation has been taken place. So he was keeping a watch. No, said Mrs. Addis. She says, no, I have not seen Peter Crouch here. I haven't seen him, not since Tuesday. She took her hand out of her apron pocket. She kept her hand in the apron and started gazing Tom. And she replied in negative. Okay, she told lie that she has not seen. Already he is hidden in the shed. Well, we will be getting around and fetch Mrs. Gain. Reckon you would be glad to have her. Mrs. Addis nodded. Will you carry him in there first? And she pointed to the bedroom door. The man picked up the stretcher and carried it into the next room. Then silently each wrung the mother by the hand and went away. She waited till they had shut the door. Then she came towards the shed. Crouch once more fell shivering. He couldn't bear it. Now he would rather be hanged than face Mrs. Addis. He heard the key turn in the lock and he nearly screamed. So what happened? Now when they went away after giving the dead body to Mrs. Addis and Mrs. Gain, she came, she gave moral support to Mrs. Addis, and she knew very well he is hidden in the shed. So that Mrs. Addis, she unlocked the door so that the Peter Crouch should go out from her house, and from now onwards she could not see his face also. Okay, so in this way, this Peter Crouch, he was broken totally. He was disappointed. He was having enormous tension that if Mrs. Addis could reveal the truth that he is in her house, at that time what will happen? They will arrest him and he will be hanged. Okay, so due to this tension, he was very much disappointed, very much trembling and shivering, and sweat was coming from his body, and his condition was very worst. Then next, she waited till next, but she did not come in. The only unlocked the door, then crossed the kitchen with a heavy dragging footstep, and shut herself in the room where Tom was. Peter Crouch knew what he must do, the only thing she wanted him to do, the only thing he could possibly do. He opened the door and silently went out. So now what happened? Now Peter Crouch, he silently went out of the house. He has unlocked the door of the shed. Then Peter Crouch, he has no way to talk with Mrs. Addis and give any consolation, and in this way he get out of her house, and in this way the story ends. So means Mrs. Addis, she forgive her. It is not easy for us if anybody killed our near and dear one, and we knew who is the culprit, okay, and we will not give the FIR in the police station, we are not registered, then what will happen? If we will not registered, then the culprit, they will become more strong, they will commit some other crime. Okay, she knew, but what happened? She forgive Peter Crouch, but from hereafter she wanted Peter Crouch, she wanted she should not look his face hereafter. Okay, and in this way he went out of her house. Okay, so this is the main story of this passage number 7, and we learn that it is very difficult to pardon. So means to those criminals who have committed such a heinous crime, okay, and they were having that much relation. Tom, he was childhood friend. Okay, it is not not an easy task. Okay, it is quite a uphill task to forgive. Okay, to the culprit, we know already he has committed, and we are not giving witness in the court of law. So what will happen? Culprit, they will get enormous strength. They will become more bold, and they will commit some other crime. Okay, so this is the story of the passage number 7. So if dear student, if you are having any doubt or queries regarding passage number 5 or passage number 6 or passage number 7, then you please give your comment on our comment box section of the YouTube channel. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you very much.